Okay, we're on page 32. Everyone say hello to Chris. Okay, so the first thing that we did was we recognized that the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant, they're all put in Roman numerals, and those are the names of them. Another name for the origin is the point 0, 0. If a point is plotted in the first quadrant, that's in this area up here, then x and y are both positive. It's extremely important for every algebra student to be able to quickly and accurately plot points when given in coordinate form. Practice here. We're given the points. A is 1, 2. B is negative 3, 4. C is 2, negative 5. And D is negative 4, negative 6. Hit pause and go ahead and plot those points.
A and B are already plotted. And now, do I plot C and D? Okay. Sorry, I'm talking to Mr. Bryce here. All right. All right, so you go. Oh, that's not. This is the middle. This is an eraser. Mr. Bryce. All right. You go 2, and then negative 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this 5? I put that as 5. And now D is negative 4. Keep getting confused. And negative 6. This board's really off, bro. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, so now we label because Mr. Bryce takes points off for that. And do I do this? Okay. A is in quadrant 1, and B is in 2, and 4, or C is in 4, and D is in 3. Hallelujah. Okay, now we turn the page to 34 because Mr. Bryce messed up last time. Now here we are on page 34. Alright, when we plot any question, we are creating a picture called the graph of all the coordinate pairs, x and y, in little parentheses, that are solutions to the equation. Graphs allow the algebra student to quickly see many solutions in an equation. When we plot multiple points, sometimes these points will form a linear relationship. I know Mr. Bryce would underline that like crazy, so I'm gonna. That is, when plotted, the solutions will form a line. They are the general form of a linear equation is shown below.
And as Morgan would say, Mr. Bryce hates this part right here. Now what we use, and what you're very familiar with, the form of a line, is y equals mx plus b, where m is the what class? Slope. Not slop, but slope. And b is the what? Again, Dakota? What kind of intercept? The y-intercept. The y-intercept. Because it intercepts the what? The y-axis. Okay? So the general form of a linear equation, two variables, is y equals mx plus b. The two variables are y and x. M is the slope. B is the y-intercept. Following exercise will illustrate the importance of plotting this, such as linear equations. We are now going to use our graphing calculator. So once we have our graphing calculator turned on, our equation is y equals 4x minus 3. We hit the y equals key. 4x minus 3. The first part of the question tells us to fill out the table. So how do we get to the table, ladies and gentlemen? Second and graph. And there's the table. You notice that this starts at 3. Yours will start at a different number. I don't like that. I want to get some negative x values and some positive x values. But see, the y is like negative 15. That's just out of this world. So I'm going to start right around negative 1 on my table. Okay. It doesn't say that you need specific values. If it did, oh, it does start at negative 1. Sorry about that. The question does start at negative 1, so that's good that we agree on that. I'm just going to fill it in. You fill it in also. And when you're using your straight edge, Two of them make a line. 2 points make a line, and the third one confirms that it's a line, so I want at least 3 points when you draw it. There's one thing missing here, class. What's missing? The equation, says the front row. We use the original equation, y equals 4x minus 3, right on the line. Who wants to tell me the first thing to do to solve for 2x plus 4y equals 10? They're saying subtract the 2x from both sides. Not bad. I can bring the 4y down. Now what do I write down? One person says 10 minus 2x. Another person said negative 2x plus 10. Why would I like negative 2x plus 10? For mx plus b, I want the x's first, then the b. Okay. Now, someone tell me what the next thing I do? Okay, dividing by 4 on both sides. Now, 10 over 4 doesn't come out to be a whole number, so we can leave it like that. Negative 2 over 4 does simplify to be 1/2, but there is no need, since we're entering it into our graphing calculator, to simplify it. Remember, when you're entering something into your graphing calculator, to always put fractions in parentheses. Okay, so if you notice, the table here, ladies and gentlemen, has some decimals. There are enough numbers here that we can completely ignore the decimals. So I'm going to go with negative 5, 5, negative 3, 4, negative 1, 3, then 1, 2, 3, 1, 5, 0. Now, we all know that it takes 2 points to determine a line, to make a line. It takes 3 points to check. So I'm just going to plot 3 of them. And it doesn't matter which 3 you take. Okay, but I'm just going to plot 3 of them. Those are the 3 that I picked. Use your straight edge when you are drawing the line. And what did I forget to do? Label it. With which equation? Y equals negative 2 over 4x? The original one. Make sure you label it with the original one. 2x plus 4y equals 10. We filled in the chart like it asked. We graphed the equation like it asked. Okay? So this is just reinforcement. Okay. Given the linear equation, does y equal 4x minus 3? Josh? Let's look at y equals 4x minus 3. Does it satisfy the equation? What do you think we're going to do, Josh? Tell me what you're doing, Josh. What are you typing into your calculator? Hang on a second. Josh said that he's going to type it into y equals. It's asking if it satisfies the equation. The next one asks if it satisfies the line. So we don't want to type it into the y equals spot. Everywhere we see a y, we have to plug in a 5. Everywhere we see an x, we plug in a 2. So this is 8 minus 3. What's 8 minus 3? 5. So 5 equals 5. Did I answer the question? Yes. I have to put the word yes down. You have to justify. We can't just put it in the calculator to tell us if it has the right answer. We have to justify by showing the work. Okay. Now, Josh, we can type this one into the calculator because it says, is it on the graph of the linear equation? So when we type it into the graph, 2, 5 is on the table. So yes. Try exercise number 6 on your own. Work with your partner next to you if you need to. Okay. These two are extremely important. It's a Regents type question. Given the equation y equals 1 half x minus 3, find the value of b given the fact that the point 0b is there. Okay. So Dakota, what do you think I do for this question? You're not even going to take help from the peanut gallery? Plug what in where? 0 and b. What do I plug in 0? Where do I plug that in? 0 goes where the x is. And b goes where the y is. So now all you have to do is 1 half times 0. Everyone is? 0. So 0 minus 3 is? Negative 3. Did we answer the question? Yes. It said solve for b. So that's a Regents multiple choice type question. However, you're like, well, it's not multiple choice, but yeah, they give you a multiple choice section of that. Try number 8 on your own.
Okay. The question is, find the value of such that point that a comma 0 lies on the graph of y equals negative 2x plus 8. So you put so you write out the equation. 0 equals negative 2a plus 8. Subtract 8 on both sides. You have still negative 8 equals negative 2a divide and you have a equaling positive 4. And that's the answer.